Pikeville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 8 minutes to tell you an amazing story. You're going to have to read the whole book in order to really get this one. I have not finished the book myself. Have you ever heard about the Great Halifax Explosion? It's a World War I true story. And on the phone to tell us about it, the author of the book, John U. Bacon, is a New York Times best-selling author. His book has got amazing reviews everywhere I've looked at it, especially on Amazon. And good morning, John. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Larry, thank you, sir.
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
Calling from Ann Arbor, Michigan, also home to a great college football program. So Gainesville, of course, and Ann Arbor have done battle many times.
So tell me how you...
But I come in peace, I swear, Larry. I come in peace.
How did you discover this story? Or the other question maybe is, why did this story get lost for the rest of us?
Two great questions, Larry. The first answer is dumb luck. My mom is from New Brunswick, Canada, although she went to the University of North Carolina, so got some southern roots there. And her father, my grandfather, told me about this when I was a kid. He was 12 years old when this explosion happened in 1917, 100 years ago. But I had no idea what he was talking about until I was researching my next book on the University of Michigan hockey program. It turned out the founder of it was a Halifax explosion first responder, and that's why I decided to become a doctor. So that's how I found out about it, and I wanted to write the story because, frankly, I'm tired of reading about the gunmen, the terrorists, and the sexual predators. I wanted to celebrate the common man who did uncommon things, really true heroes. So that's the main reason there. And why I got lost, I suppose, two reasons. One is Canada, and we know very little about Canada, even me, whose mom is Canadian.
Yeah.
I did not know, for example, that Canada is by far our biggest trading partner, more than China, Japan, and Germany combined. And that's the result of this explosion and Boston's help. So that's how I got into this story.
So that's the result of the explosion. Explain that. What do you mean by that?
Sure, I'll tell the explosion bit very quickly that they, in Boston, in Brooklyn, they load up a ship going to World War I, an Allied ship with 6 million pounds of TNT and other explosives, and that is 13 times the weight of the Statue of Liberty. So this is not a good idea.
Wow.
They're trying to break through the war. On the way to Europe to bomb Germans, they stop in Halifax, bump into another ship, and the crew takes off because they know it might explode. So the French crew gets in the rowboats, and they're out of there. The ship goes into Pier 6 in Halifax and burns there for 18 minutes while people come around to watch it. It finally blows up at 9:04 in the morning when it becomes, in 1/15 of a second, the biggest man-made explosion until the atomic bomb. 1/5 the power of the atomic bomb. 2-mile-high mushroom cloud wipes out half of Halifax. 25,000 are homeless. 9,000 are wounded and 2,000 are dead. So that's the horrible news. The great news is that Boston, within 1 hour, sends, without being asked, they decide, they meet at Faneuil Hall, where John Adams spoke and other great Americans. They decide to send 2 trains, 2 ships, 100 doctors, 300 nurses, and $1 million worth of supplies, which back then is worth now $20 million, all without being asked. And we are not allies at this point. They send this help, and the Haligonians are so thrilled by this, they start crying when they see the American trains and ships show up. So that turns us into allies, which we were not beforehand, incredibly, and now they're our biggest ally.
So that's the part. So we were responsible for this horrible accident, it sounds like, but yet it brought us closer.
Exactly. I wouldn't say Americans were responsible for this. It's a French freighter. It did load up in Brooklyn, but it's the French crew that screwed up, not any Americans.
Okay, that's the part I
get. So we're okay on that one. And those guys didn't help at all, I got to tell you, afterwards, whereas the Americans, who had no part in this, sent all the help in the world and kept 9,000 wounded from becoming 9,000 dead. And that has never been forgotten. And in fact, last week, I was, Larry, in Boston. Every year, Halifax spends $180,000 to find the best Christmas tree in the province, cut it down in a tree-cutting ceremony, ship it to Boston, where they light it in Boston Common, which is the nation's oldest park. And they light this 50-foot Christmas tree as a thank you to what Boston did a century ago. And as one person in Halifax told me, why should we stop saying thank you? That's how powerful this was.
Oh, that is. And how is it that we never heard this story? Is it because it's 100 years ago? Is that why?
100 years ago, Canada, World War I, we don't know as well as World War II. If you've watched Downton Abbey, you got a sense of it. So those three reasons probably, 100 years ago, World War I, and Canada probably explain it. But this book is making a lot of headway. And in Boston, of course, it's doing great, and all across the country.
I can see why you're getting such great reviews. How did you do your research?
I went to Halifax 3 times for a total of a month, and they've got great records, the museum there, the archives, and whatnot. And I've also got behind me a bookshelf filled with 80 books from Halifax and related subjects like munitions, cars in 1917, you name it. And here's a fun fact for you Floridians. One of the heroes of the book is a guy named John Taylor Wood. He's a Confederate captain, the nephew of Jefferson Davis and the grandson of Zachary Taylor. He had sunk 26 Union ships in the Civil War, and Haligonians loved this guy, so they helped him escape capture by the Union ships waiting outside Halifax. And John Taylor Wood liked Halifax so much, he moved his family there, and his son and his grandson both ended up being the chiefs of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Wow. Your book is all over the bestseller lists. It's number one, let's see, in this category of, I can't remember the categories, but 20th century Canadian history. It's number one as the hardcover. It's number 2 as the Kindle. It's number 4 as the paperback, and it's number 5 as the audiobook. So,
wow,
and you
amazing.
have 25 reviews, every single one of these people giving you 5 stars. Good for you. Wow.
I'll take it.
It's a fabulous book.
Hey,
absolutely outstanding.
If you have somebody on your
Thank you so much.
gift list that loves history, they're going to love this one, and I have a copy of it, so you can have one for free. I need one person to call me to claim it. The rest of us have to go buy it. Do you want to recommend a website? I did find it on Amazon.
Sure, Amazon's probably the easiest way to buy it, but any independent store in Florida will have it. Barnes & Noble's got it, and johnnubacon.com. And you can follow me on Twitter also.
Okay, excellent. John, again, thank you for being on the show with us and for your great work. Thank you.
Larry, thank you.
You're welcome. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump not answering questions about when he knew Michael Flynn lied to the FBI, but he did say this of his former national security advisor.
I feel badly for General Flynn. I feel very badly. He's led a very strong life, and I feel very badly.
Departing the White House for his trip to Salt Lake City, adding he felt Hillary Clinton lied, but nothing happened to her. Earlier, the president showed his support for Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore, who's been accused of sex assault.
President Trump tweeted his support for Moore, saying Democrats' refusal to give even one vote for massive tax cuts is why we need Republican Roy Moore to win in Alabama, adding that Republicans need Moore's vote on illegal immigration, the border wall, and Second Amendment.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland, and Facebook launching a messaging app aimed at kids under 13. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When it comes to the holidays, the hustle and bustle doesn't stop. Well, unless your car breaks down. Whatever this season brings, it helps to have Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers. Now you can check your car's health from your phone, get help if you're stuck on the side of the road, and if Hum detects a crash, it can automatically notify emergency services. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com. Promo, that's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Bicycles are great fun to see nature up close, You get no impact exercise. The possibilities are endless. You could start your bicycling adventure at Brick City Bicycles. Young or old, experienced or a new rider, visit Brick City Bicycles at 217 Southeast 1st Avenue right here in Ocala. Brick City Bicycles has everything all under one roof. With holidays right around the corner, Santa wanted you to know now's the time to lay away that special gift. Stop by today. Brick City Bicycles.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
The College of Central Florida is committed to being your first choice for quality higher education. CF has locations in Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties and offers more than 60 academic programs. Earn a certificate, associate, or bachelor's degree. With Florida's 2+2 program, a student can complete an associate in arts at CF and be guaranteed admission to a state of Florida university. CF is ranked number 13 in the U.S. for affordability, is military friendly, and offers a full student life experience. Make CF your first choice. Call 352-873-5800.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.